Hello everyone and happy Scorpio full moon. So this full moon is officially taking place on April 26th at 11:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So for some of you, this may actually be on the 27th. And this is also a super moon. So we're really feeling the energy. If it is a clear sky where you are, the moon can look extra bright and it's definitely going to be feeling extra powerful for sure. A moon in Scorpio is always intense. It's always going to bring a lot to the surface to be processed, to be healed, to be released. And this specific full moon is making some power aspects that we are going to dive into today. And it's also paving the way to eclipse season. So there's a lot going on that's making this full moon very, very powerful, basically. So as you join me, say hi so I can welcome you in. Feel free to share with me below what you are releasing in this full moon energy, and maybe let's have some fun with emojis. You can pop some emojis in that capture your emotions as we feel into this full moon. So if you are new to me, it is so great to have you here. My name is Kara. I'm a master astrologer. I'm also an Akashic Records practitioner, and I support the healers of the world, the light workers, the star seeds, and amplifying their impact on the planet and receiving abundantly for their soul's work in the world. And I currently have the doors open to my Akashic Inner Circle. So if you are a soul-led entrepreneur who wants to expand your business, in this space you will learn how to work in the Akashic field to connect to the soul of your business. And from that space, you more easily magnetize your soulmate clients. You connect deeply to the message you're meant to be a channel for here on the earth plane, and you also tap into your unique wealth frequency. So you allow money to flow into your experience for the beautiful work you're doing here on the planet. And of course, there's astrological magic that we do as well. You'll receive personal guidance from me based on your unique astrology, your unique birth chart, and how to channel that energy to really move forward and create that expansion in your business. So send me a message if you want to chat about the Akashic Inner Circle. So this full moon in Scorpio, the first thing I really want to dive into is the Scorpio energy, the Scorpio archetype. So with the energy of Scorpio, we are working with the Phoenix energy. This is the Phoenix rising, going through the shadows, the challenges, the difficulties, and then being able to transmute that into something beautiful, being that master alchemist and rising into the light. And with Scorpio, we are digging deep here. There's going to be a lot of emotions that are surfacing at this time, and the Scorpio energy is also very much linked to the subconscious, your subconscious programming. So as I feel into the charts around these energies, I get the sense that there's definitely going to be a lot of emotions surfacing, but also a lot of insight into the energetic programmings and beliefs that are in place in your life right now. This can bring a lot of illumination on the patterns that you maybe have been stuck in, even some of the karmic patterns, and giving you this opportunity to really break free. So one of the keys to working with this energy is not shying away from the emotions that are going to be coming in. Again, Scorpio energy, it's a water sign, it's intense, it is passionate, it's intuitive, it's going to bring emotions to the surface. And it's so important that we don't push those down, that we don't try to ignore or deny our emotions. And at the same time, remember that your emotions don't define you. That's going to be so key with this full moon energy, where there may be a lot coming to the surface. Emotions do not define who you are. Emotions come and go. They do not define you. And at the same time, it's so important that you allow yourself to feel what is emerging so you can process it. You can heal it. You can release and let go of what isn't working, because this full moon is paving the way for eclipse season. So we're entering a time of massive change and transformation. And you don't want to be carrying that old baggage with you from the past. As we move into this new season of your life, you want to be able to release and let go. So pay attention to what is surfacing at this time, the emotions, the programming that's coming up, without allowing it to pull you into a story. So let me check in the comments here. Say hi if you're jumping in. Crystal, I know this is big for you, Crystal, as a Scorpio. Happy full moon. Feel free to share with me if we have any other Scorpios here, if you know your chart a little bit more, maybe you're a Scorpio rising or moon. Hello, Myra. So good to have you. Releasing relationship patterns that truly don't serve my highest good. Beautiful. I love that. Caitlin, feeling extra emotional, easy to get flustered and impatient, but able to quickly calm myself down. Yes, I love that. And we're going to talk about what some of those aspects are that are supporting me with that too. So Scorpio energy, transformation, right? And don't be afraid to lean into the emotions to do some of that shadow work, but without that attachment. Remember, if you're feeling sad, you're feeling overwhelmed, your emotions do not define you. Because you're feeling angry doesn't mean you're an angry person. Because you're feeling sad doesn't mean you're a sad person. It means it's an emotion that's flowing through you. And Scorpio is a water sign, so it reminds us to be really fluid, to allow those emotions to flow and to not get stuck. Now, opposite this full moon, we have all of this beautiful Taurus energy, and we are in the midst of Taurus season right now. So directly opposing the moon is the Sun and Uranus, but we also have Venus and Mercury in the sign of Taurus as well. And Taurus is a very grounded, earthy sign. So I love how you point that out, Caitlin, that you're feeling like these emotions coming in, but you're able to ground and stay calm. The Taurus energy is one of the most grounded, sensual, earthy signs of the zodiac. And right now in Taurus season, especially coming from Aries season, we can kind of feel the pace slowing down a little bit. And it is a reminder to take a deep breath, relax. And that's why the end of April actually has a very different vibe and energy than we had going into April, because Aries, when the sun was in Aries, that's very fiery, very passionate, that warrior energy. Taurus is more about, let's just relax, breathe deeply, surround ourselves with beautiful things. Let's not rush. Let's go at a pace that honors our body. And so we're feeling all of that grounded energy now as well. And if we allow ourselves to lean into that, it can create that solid foundation to really process the emotions that are coming up, and allowing ourselves to feel really safe and supported and connected as we do that. And also, this is a beautiful energy as well, all this lineup of planets in Taurus, to really come back to what you value. Venus in Taurus is coming back home to, what do I love? What nourishes my spirit? What really lights me up? What do I desire at the end of the day? We live in a world right now where it's so easy to jump on social media and see what everyone else is doing, what other people are celebrating, what other people are creating, that sometimes we lose touch to what we want at our core, what we are here to create and experience in the world. And this Taurian energy that's really activated at this full moon is pulling us back to that, really throughout the end of April and throughout the beginning part of May. We really have that invitation to go within and connect to what matters most to you, and to have the courage to create a life that is built on your values, not someone else's values, not what society or other people may be projecting onto you, saying you should want this, you should value this. Put that aside and come back to what you actually want, what lights you up, what feels expansive when you think about it. That's what this Taurus energy is calling you back home to. Now with Mercury in Taurus, this adds a whole new element to it as well, because Mercury governs our thoughts and our perceptions. And in the sign of Taurus, especially with this full moon energy, we really are invited to take a look at where we are being stubbornly stuck in old ways of seeing the world, old patterns that are not aligned to where we desire to go. Because what got you to where you are today will not get you to your next level. There's a new frequency and vibration with everything you desire. So whether this is in your relationships or your business, there's an energy around that. And the patterns and energy you're playing in today got you to where you are, right? And you want to celebrate that too. Full moons are about celebration. Celebrate where you are. Release what doesn't serve you, but have the awareness that to go to your next level, it's going to require that you see things in a new way, that you make new decisions. Like, it's going to require a new set of patterns to get you there. And Mercury in Taurus is really anchoring you into that, while at the same time asking you to release and let go of what doesn't serve you. Because when you have the courage to let go of what doesn't nourish you, what you're saying yes to that actually isn't aligned with your values, it takes a lot of courage to be able to do that work and be honest with yourself about what actually matters. But it feels so good when you have the courage to release those things that are not a match to your soul blueprint, that are not a match to who you really are and the work you're called to do on the planet. This full moon is about releasing that. And with Mercury in Taurus, I can see where there can maybe be a hesitancy around letting go and releasing, a fear, right? And that's probably just our mind being stubborn, right? Even if there's certain things in our life that don't serve us, there can be like a comfort that's created around it. And we stay in these patterns because they're familiar. Taurus likes that. It likes the familiar. It likes what's comfortable. But in order to grow, we have to challenge those things, and we have to be willing to lean into our edge and say yes, right? Say yes to the new. Be open to seeing things through new eyes and new perspective. So that's the Taurian energy we have at play here. Say hi if you're just jumping in. I see some new people have joined. Thank you for the hearts. Kristen, do what nourishes you and lights you up. Yes, all of us. This is a beautiful lesson coming through right now. Do what nourishes you, replenishes you, do what lights you up. So the Sun and Uranus are teamed up in Taurus right now. This happens once a year, and it's a really good time to liberate yourself from areas in your life where you feel like you have fenced yourself in through rules, through obligations, for doing things that, again, you may feel like, okay, I have to do business this way. This is what it means to show up as the perfect wife, whatever it is, these ideas, right? It's like, liberate yourself from that. Uranus comes in as the awakener, shaking those things up and asking you to question it, right? Question it. And it's the Sun and Uranus are forming an opposition with this moon in Scorpio. And this is where there can be an intensity of emotions coming up as well, where we can really feel things that have been buried in our subconscious, that have been karmic patterns active in our energy field for so long, that are now surfacing. We can have new clarity on what these patterns are, and we are really supported right now in saying, I'm willing to release it. And remember that it takes courage to look at these things in our life, right? It takes courage to look at these patterns, to look at these emotions. So it's not about just shoving them down and pretending they don't exist. We want to look at them, we want to feel them, we want to process them, while learning, again, to be that alchemist in our life, right? Knowing that our emotions do not define who we are or what is possible for us to achieve. And that's going to be like the key cornerstone to this full moon energy, is that realization. Taylor, hello, beautiful. This moon has made me sleepy. Yeah, full moons can do that as well, right? And depending on where this is activating your chart, that could really come out. So the full moon is at 7 degrees of Scorpio. So if you know your birth chart, this goes for anyone, if you know where 7 degrees of Scorpio is, you know where this energy is really being expressed right now. And it can make us a little bit sleepy, right? And I think part of that can be it's bringing up so much energy, so much emotion, that sometimes it can feel a little tiring, right? And with all this Taurus energy, we do just kind of want to relax right now as well. So it's an interesting dynamic that's at play here. But definitely that opposition with Uranus, the awakener, opposite the moon in Scorpio. Oh my goodness, the intensity of the emotions that are coming up are so powerful. So remember your ability to move through it, and also looking at how can you create that safe space within you that allows you to process these feelings. And this can also be receiving support from a mentor, a coach, a friend, someone you really trust, because we are craving that safety and security right now. And it's really important we have that when we do this deeper shadow work that a Scorpio moon definitely brings. Okay, so let me feel into the chart here. I have the chart up behind me. Okay, this is a really big aspect happening as well. And when I talk about aspects, this is basically how the planets are communicating with one another. And in astrology, there can be harmonious aspects that feel really supportive, and there can be more challenging aspects. Even the challenging aspects are ultimately supportive. The challenging aspects are what encourage us to grow and to expand. And that's what we have here with the moon forming a square formation with Saturn. So Saturn is the planet that governs over time and karma, discipline and structure. And Saturn energy can be a little bit more challenging to work with, but I've actually come to love, actually, I don't know if I'd say love yet, but I've come to appreciate working with the energy of Saturn and how it encourages us to really step it up. I feel at the core, Saturn wants us to have the foundation we need to continue to grow and evolve and expand throughout our life. So where it's forming more of a challenging aspect with this moon, this is where there can also be some feelings of frustration emerging. And how I see this playing out is a desire to want to feel safe, want to feel secure. But for some reason in your life, you may feel like you can't quite lean into that yet. We're also working with the money signs here. Scorpio and Taurus are money signs, so there can maybe be a feeling of frustration coming up around finances at this time. Maybe you've done really well and you see like money flowing into your experience, but there's still this feeling of, I don't quite feel safe yet. Is this gonna last? Can I keep this up? Or maybe it's a feeling of like, I should be further along by now. Why are my finances not in order? Why am I not making as much as I desire? But there's something with money and security here when we're working with this full moon, right? We're working with the money sign. So especially with Saturn coming into the mix, right? It can be that feeling again of that frustration. And what I'd encourage you to lean into is a couple things. So the first thing is developing that sense of safety and security within you. Often we want to look externally, right? We think, okay, once I get to making a certain amount of money in my business, then I'll feel safe. Once I have my soulmate partner, then I can feel good. And we place it externally. But as long as we're doing that, we're out of our power. You want to cultivate these things within you. You want to cultivate that sense of knowing you can work through emotions. So it doesn't mean that challenges or challenging emotions don't come up. It means you're confident in your ability to process them and to move through them, and you feel supported in doing that. That's a big foundational piece. Now, another piece with this aspect of Saturn squaring the moon is also looking at what changes you need to make in your life. So again, going back to this idea that what got you to where you are today will not get you to where you desire to go. You have to do something different. And Saturn often creates situations in our life where we have to make a change. We have to choose to do something different, to take a different action, to see things in a new way. So really feel into where in your life are you called to do that. And again, some of the topics coming in around this are safety, security, and money. Where are you called to make a new decision in order to create a new result in your life? Now, Jupiter is also traveling through Aquarius right now as well. So there's also this energy here that the decisions you're making, right, the work that you're putting in is going to pay off. It is going to give you that abundance. So persist. Stay the course. Let me know how this is resonating so far. I feel there's so much I can say around this full moon, and there's more that I want to dive into here, but I want to do a little check-in just to see how you're integrating this, what's coming up. Alice, I love Saturn energy too. Yes, it's so powerful, right? Same with Pluto. Pluto and Saturn are more of those challenging archetypal energies to work with, but we really step into our power when we learn how to work with those energies. Felicia, this is my life right now. Oh, I'm glad you're resonating. I'm glad you're resonating with this. All right. So, okay. Let me just reassess. So feel into these energies here. Okay, so there's also this strong energy of persistence coming in. So we have a lot of fixed signs right now. And fixed signs in astrology, so Scorpio is a fixed sign, Aquarius is a fixed sign, Taurus is a fixed sign, and they're all coming into the mix with this full moon energy. And fixed signs give us that ability to persist, to persist when it feels difficult, when it feels hard, when we might feel like we're not getting the results we want. Can you show up anyway? Can you focus on your bigger vision? Can you trust it's going to work out? This energy can give you that persistence. Now, the shadow side is the stubbornness of it. So we want to look at, again, where are we stubbornly stuck in patterns or ways that aren't serving us, and releasing that while still tapping into that drive within us to be able to persist toward our dreams and what we desire, even when we don't yet see the external evidence. Because the way the universe works is manifestations firstly happen on an energetic realm. And this is why I love working in the Akashic records. When I open someone's records or I'm working in my own, I see what is there as possibilities, right? I see what is possible for that person. Not only possible, but what is there for them to claim, right? And we have to do our part in that co-creative dance by believing and holding the energy and keeping the faith, even when we don't yet see the external manifestation. The external manifestation is the last thing to come into play. And by the time we receive that external validation, we're already on to the next thing. And that's often why when we achieve our goals, we're like, it feels good and definitely celebrate it, but we're already thinking, what's next? We're already working on that next goal and we're feeling strongly like we got to get to that next level. It's because our energy is already in motion, right? We've already held the energy long enough to see the manifestation come to fruition. And now we're looking at what's the next thing I desire to create and call into my experience. So we're definitely playing with that around this full moon, and I encourage you to stay committed to what you desire to create. And I love to say this, and I've said this before, the desires that are placed in your heart, they are there for a reason, and they are there for you to claim. They are your destiny, but it is your job to do your part, to show up, to have the courage to take the action, to do something different, to invest in your growth, to invest in your healing, to say yes to your dreams, even when it feels difficult. Okay, so that's a big part of this moon that is a little bit more challenging. But again, I say challenging. This is the part of the full moon that you can lean into and experience so much growth and evolution if you work with those energies. Now, a more supportive aspect is Mars is forming a trine formation with the moon. And this is really activating a lot of water energy here. So we have Mars in Cancer right now, the moon in Scorpio. This is water energy of intuition. So how I feel this is coming into the equation is there's, situations in your life you're looking at, you're exploring, you're like, maybe I thought I'd be further along. I'm still feeling a little bit of tension and frustration around this. Trust where your intuition is guiding you. That's going to be like an opening, a portal that opens for you in this full moon, is trusting your intuition. And Scorpio and Taurus bring together very different ways of playing with our intuition. So Scorpio is very much connected, the sacral, but honestly what I feel coming in with these energies is the third eye. The Scorpio energy is very connected to the third eye intuition. The third eye intuition is about the awakening, being able to see beyond illusions of fear, of scarcity. It connects us to the wisdom of our soul. It connects us more to our higher self. So that energy is really coming on board right now too. That connection you have to your higher self, to cosmic intelligence. Now, the Taurian energy I see is very grounded intuition. It's connected very much to like the lower chakras, the sacral chakras, to the energy of Mother Earth. And it's intuition that we receive from trusting the wisdom of our body. So we are bringing both of those together right now, trusting, honoring your body, right? Having that conversation and dialect with your body. And this is a big thing when you're making decisions as well and you're not sure what decision to make. Don't just approach it from an intellectual perspective. Drop into your body, drop into your heart and your sacral chakra. Focus on the actions, the decisions, and notice how that feels in your body. Because during Taurus season, we're so connected to the wisdom of our body, to Mother Earth. And both of these are just coming together beautifully in this energy. So trust your intuition and play with that. And even asking yourself, how does that play out for you? Are you very connected maybe to those higher energies, to the energies of the cosmos, but there's a separation from the lower energy centers in your body? Or are you so grounded, right, in your body, but you're not as open and connected to co-creating with your spirit team? Where is that block for you? How can you open it up? Because to really experience these incredible manifestations in our life, we need both of those channels open. We need that communication open with our higher self and spirit team. And we need to be grounded in our body and remember that, yes, we're here on the earth plane. We are creating with Mother Earth while we are here. And we want to bring both of those energies together. Let me know how this is resonating. And hello, Rita. Blessings and virtual hugs sent your way too. Thank you for the hearts. Hello, Amanda. All right, I know we're diving into so much around this, so let me know how this is feeling. If you're just jumping in, share with me what you are releasing in these full moon energies. Also, if you're just jumping in now, a reminder, the doors to my Akashic Inner Circle are open, and this is for you if you want to expand your business by working with astrology and in the space of the Akashic field. And in the Inner Circle, we also work with this idea of being the alchemist, knowing how to transmute emotions, right? So when you master your emotions, you become a powerful creator. Your emotions don't rule your life, so you're not on this roller coaster of ups and downs. You're connected to the wisdom of your soul. You make decisions from that space. When you make decisions from that space, you experience incredible growth and expansion in your business and in all areas of your life. Things begin to accelerate, and you're no longer working with the constraints of time that we have on the 3D. You're tapping in and you're leveraging energy and frequency and the magic of the universe. So doors are open to that space if you are interested. Send me a message and we can chat about it. Okay, so let me just feel into the chart here one more time and see what else is really jumping out at me that I want to say before we kind of wrap these ideas up, bring these ideas together. Okay, so the main thing with these full moon energies, emotions are going to surface, subconscious karmic patterns are going to be coming into the light, and you have the ability to see these with new eyes, to see these patterns and this energy in a whole new way than you've experienced it before. And with that comes a loving sense of responsibility to look at, what am I now choosing in my life? What am I now deciding for what I want to create and experience in my life? And there's a lot of beautiful healing and support that can come in. Another main theme that I want to really tie in is coming back to what you truly want and you truly desire on a soul level, and what nourishes and replenishes you, saying yes to that and making that a priority in your daily life without guilt. So easy to get caught up in our to-do list of there's more to do, there's more I have to accomplish. These energies are coming back to just being, allowing yourself just to be. It's not always about just what you are doing, it's who you are being. That is just so, so powerful, who you are being. What matters most to you, what you care about, what you value. Trust your intuition as you move forward. Rita, your energy is making me smile. Scorpion here, I love it. I love Scorpio energy as a fellow water sign. All right, so enjoy these powerful energies. Don't be afraid to dive in and do the healing work and create that sense of safety and security where you feel you can do that shadow work and you are being held, you are being supported, and you can move through the emotions, you can move through the energy. If you want to join me in the Akashic Inner Circle, send me a message so we can chat about that. And again, there is astrology. Of course, astrology is always a part of my programs. That's a part of this space as well, where you will learn how to harness your divine soul blueprint, your unique astrology, to create that expansion in your business, really lock into the clients you're here to serve, the message you're here to deliver, and how to just create that expansion by being fully aligned to your unique blueprint. So message to chat about that. Enjoy these beautiful full moon energies. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you for hanging out today. Thank you for the hearts, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.